Okay, David, I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but back over to you.
Okay, let me go ahead and start that. Start my video, and let's go ahead and stop the screen share. So let's go ahead and stop the screen share. Any thoughts on the assignment? Anything to share?
Well, I think it's an incredible exercise. It's a roadmap in making sure that you're doing income producing activities and not just, kind of wailing in space. So it gives you, really a clear map to follow. So I think it's great advice.
Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, what I noticed is that I tend to excel in the areas that are a little bit easier, and the ones that are a little bit more challenging is where I tend to have lower numbers. And of course, it's a process. And if you don't follow the full process through the whole thing, then you're basically breaking the chain. So when I started to look at things more from a balance perspective and say, okay, well, you could do this, this, and this, but if you don't do this, then what are you doing here? So, and as we've heard in multiple places, if you don't know the score, if you don't know, what's working and what's not in your business, then you're just going to be where you are right now. So anybody have any other?
I was just going to say communication, especially during the pandemic, is so critical. And you have to make sure that your communication is getting to the people you're trying to communicate with. And so if that method is not working, coming at it from a lot of different angles is a good way to discover, oh, you haven't been getting my emails. Oh, you're not on WhatsApp. Oh, you don't look at Messenger. Oh, you don't even look at Facebook. I mean, oh, so you're an Instagram person. You know what I mean? So all that awareness really helps you target the people that you're looking to target and stay in touch with them. Because as your network and your organization grows, you can't do, it's much more difficult to do one-on-one communication all the time. You have to, group those people into groups of communication. Otherwise, you're going to have a job and no life, doing a SIA, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Any other thoughts?
Well, I'm a visual learner, David, so I really appreciate whenever you train, because you create these wonderful slides that I can print up. I like things that are printable. I like to take a lot of notes, but I don't always look at my notes. I have to go dig through my notes to remember where I put something. So I'm a big fan of printables, and I really appreciate how organized you are, because this is like Cindy said, a real concise roadmap, so you can know the score and see where it's, all these things are easy to do, but they're also easy to not do, right? Mm-hmm. So I really appreciate whenever you train, because I just feel like you check off all my ticks. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm very visual as well, so that's why I like to have it all laid out. And the other reason why maybe I try to lay it out this way is that I've always believed that when you can teach something, that's when it's in you. And I've had positions across careers where I've talked to a low level engineer and I've talked to a VP, and you always had to kind of adjust your messaging. And when you feel like you can kind of teach a concept to anybody at any level, then you really feel like you know it really well. And so that's why I try to make it visual like this, because I'm very visual, and I like to have it all laid out. I think probably many of us have heard Tyler say he likes one picture. All of his presentations come back to one picture where everything is on one page and puts it all in perspective. So that's another reason why I like to do this as well. So thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate the feedback. Other thoughts today?
Yeah, David, I agree. Thank you for melting this down. That was an incredible training that you did. And that Fraser Brooks Summit was amazing too. So you melted that down so beautifully. And there's so many free trainings going on. It's really hard to know how to spend our time and keep our action in place while we're doing that training. So it's great when folks like yourself melt that down where we can, utilize it without the many days of training. And you did that beautifully. So thank you.
Thank you, Peg. Appreciate it.
Hey, on that note, I just wanted to give a plug for Tyler Norton's Ascent training. it's in the back office now, in your virtual back office, and it does take 45 minutes to listen to, but he really talks about an incredible concept. It's a Japanese philosophy called Ikigai. I can only remember it from the English translation, Ikigai. I'm probably not using my Japanese very well, but anyway, I would give a plug for Tyler Norton's training, and you're right, Peg. There's so much good stuff out there. We can hide in student mode and not do income producing activities. So you got to divvy that out. There's a balance for sure.
Thanks. I'm just going to put the link to Tyler's training in the chat. So to YouTube, but you can also get it through the back office, as Cindy said. All right, it's 11:31. Let's go out and make it a great rest of the day. 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 12 noon Eastern. There's a pre-event training for the women's event, GoPro women's event coming up this weekend. So that's today. If you can make that, you just need to get registered, which is at the link. Let me just get back to that. No, I can't get back to it. It's mpwprivate.com/ASEA-United, mpwprivate.com/ASEA-United. If you're registered, you've probably gotten an email already. If you're not registered, you can probably register right now and you'll get an email right away for that. Starts in a half an hour. All right, everyone. Have a great day.
Thanks so much, David.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Great information.